Well, I'll do this one. One of the goals I have is I really enjoy running. I think running is such a great therapeutic tool. I really, for me, it clears my mind. I just go on a run, and it's great. And it's like one thing that really motivated me is that we were in a running group like 2 years ago, and this is like people who win marathons, people who are triathletes. It was like a really intense running group,
Right.
but it was all levels. So there was power walkers, but there was people who were literally winning marathons. Yeah, like in sense,
That's really
like
cool.
Boston qualifying, winning, and it was like. But one thing is there was a guy. He was a race walker. He was a little older, but he'd gone like 2 years running a mile or walking a mile every day. And that was just a ridiculous goal for me. I was like, that's awesome. Like,
yeah,
it's the easiest thing to do. There's nothing that you can do or argue with yourself. Yeah. You can't walk a mile.
Totally.
You can't run a mile a day. So that's like really like, I want to get back to that mentality. And that's kind of what my goal is to start low, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
Just a mile. If I'm not feeling good, and like just give myself a mile. If I can do 4 to 5, I'll do 4 to 5.
That's great.
If I can do 10, I'll do 10. But if just 1 mile is my goal. So that's where I want to kind of get back to, and I eventually want to keep my longer term goal is to keep it going and get to like a year, get to 2 years, get to keep going where it's like rain or shine, I've done a mile a day, indoor, outdoor, whatever it is.
And what's the feeling that you get when you actually were in these groups running?
You get like all the stress, and it kind of melts away. Like you get the natural endorphins from running, and you get the runner's high, but you get like this, you've thought about you like do a lot of conflict resolution in your mind while you're running, and it really frees you. Like if you had a stressful day, you can kind of it just really just takes away. Like you
kind of feel like it's like before you do your run, maybe like this is an assumption I'm making, might be totally wrong, but it's kind of like a battle with yourself, especially when you're running. It's like, how much can I do, and can I push myself?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you get amazed. Like I've run multiple marathons now. I've run like 10 half marathons, and you get to the point where it's like you feel like you're done, but your body's like, oh, I'm not done. You just have to. It's a mental challenge. Like you just have to mentally tell yourself your body's not done. It hurts now, but give it another mile, and then a mile you feel better. Yeah. You're like, I don't even worry about the mile 3 problems anymore. Now I'm mile 10. I'm feeling good. I'm not done. It's just a great feeling, and it's like I want to get back into that.
That's something. Like they say, it's the best natural antidepressant. Yeah. Like running, exercising, anything involving your physical health. That's definitely helpful, and it just doesn't help your mental and your physical. It also gives you that clarity that you need to work on those things that you're striving for, those goals, which is why we're here. Yeah. So that's actually a really good one. Right. Yeah. Nice job, Trevor. All right, let's finish up with Eileen.
So in a broader sense, I think I want to definitely improve my leadership skills, especially at work.
If you don't mind me, what do you do?
I work in digital marketing for a video game company, and so we run social media accounts and things like that. And I have a bit of imposter syndrome where, like, even when I got this job, I still feel like I was very fortunate to get this job. Like, if you look at the job description, I feel like I get a lot of the sense of, like, oh, I don't meet up to a lot of these expectations. Even, like, the job description itself is, like, 10 years of experience, and I was maybe, like, 6 years past college. So, automatically I was like, oh, I'm not good enough to be here, but I was still hired for this role. And I think my bosses are really challenging me to improve my leadership skills, and they depend a lot on me. But I'm very task oriented, so it's like, okay, I get this, and this done, and it'll make my bosses happy. But trying to focus on, like, what can I do more to, like, improve myself, not just knock tasks out of the way.
So maybe what would be, working on those, so what part of those leadership skills, like, specifically, what do you want to work on?
I think, a lot of it boils down to being confident in a room. A lot of my peers are older than me, and I do appreciate that my bosses trust me to, be in a meeting with people who are, like, a senior VP level or 20 years older than me. But again, I get, like, confidence.
Do you get kind of like that feeling of intimidation because you see these people of quote unquote higher positions?
Mhm.
Kind of makes you feel like,
Yeah.
you know, what am I doing here?
Yeah, like
kinda
my
thing.
voice won't matter, or I need to say the right things so that it matches to their expectations or whatever they want.
So, you know, hang on. Let's you guys okay? Okay. Okay. So what do you feel? So we're talking about confidence. Do you feel like your bosses back you? Like, do you feel like they have that confidence in you?
Yeah, I do feel that. Like, I
Okay.
think they challenge me by giving me more things than, like, my coworkers, or trust me to be in a meeting with other people
Right.
representing our group. But I get, like, I, like, shrink back and
Right.
get worried that, like, oh, I didn't do the right things, or
Yeah.
I'm not, like, I didn't set the right things, and blah, blah,
Right.
blah, so my bosses are going to have to come in and fix everything.
And here's the kicker: do they come in or do they not?
Like, sometimes they do, but I think it's, you know, I haven't had, like, a, oh, you did this
Yeah.
all wrong kind of conversation. You know, it's constructive.
Yeah, so it's very minor then. Like overall, if you really are as objective as you try to be, it's usually very minor details.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
then okay.
Like, I do appreciate my bosses, because
Mhm.
they're very constructive. Like, here's how you can do better or improve for next time. So I
Okay.
do feel that they trust me and want to push me, but I still, like, have a lack of confidence and feel like, oh, I'm not, like, good enough to
Right.
be in this role.
Yeah, that adequacy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we get that feeling sometimes where we're in these positions that we feel we don't deserve, or we don't feel like we should be there. But in a way, we should also try to realize at the same time that, like, no, there's an actual reason why we got put into this position. You know, like you brought up, like, my bosses actually believe in me and they give me these somewhat difficult tasks for me to be up for the challenge. And from what you're saying, like, usually they're just giving you minor, you know, constructive criticism, and it's never, from what you've said, you've never had a major issue with them. So it sounds like you're actually on the right track. I think it's more of just within yourself having that voice to be like, no, like, I can do this. I've done this before, and I think I just, you know, keep going. I feel like you're in the right. You're making the right decisions. You're on the right track. Yeah. So just keep doing that. Honestly, it's just finding that voice. So actually, this is a perfect transition for all of you. For the next couple minutes, what I want you guys to do is, especially with what you talked about right now, with those goals that you want to work on, write down one specific thing about that goal that you really want to target. I'll give you guys about a minute or two for you to work on that.
Just put it on the back or something.
Yeah, you can write it in the back.
So, like, how we're gonna specifically.
Yeah, like it's something that you want to work on this week. Yeah, let's do that. How about something that you guys want to work on this week in regards to that goal? And then we'll all discuss it, and then, you know, we'll wrap up.